If you're ready to trash your weight loss goals and try to do something different to lose the weight you want to lose and keep it off, then this episode is going to be for you. All right, let's go. Welcome to the Overweighted Podcast, where we get real about the struggles of being obese and needing to lose a whole lot of weight. My name's Malaika. I'm your host, weight loss mentor and coach. Join me on my personal weight loss journey to lose about 200 pounds, and as I share my very real experiences, plus some simple, successful, and sustainable weight loss tips and mindset shifts so that we can mark lose weight off of our to-do list for good. So when the Lord was transitioning me to this particular business for weight loss mentoring and my exercise fitness classes, He was clearly telling me that I was not to have any goals. And I just thought that was weird a little bit. I'm somebody that I like to write out goals, and then I like to write out strategies for how I'm going to achieve those goals and steps to achieve those goals. But he clearly was telling me that there will be no goals for the business that he has me going into, at least not at that point. Doesn't mean that he will never have me make goals, but at that point, I was not to make any goals. And instead, I was supposed to focus on the outcomes or what he wanted me to do or how he wanted me to shape that business instead of focusing on, trying to achieve a certain amount of money or a certain amount of people in my classes or a certain amount of people in my community. I was to focus on what he wanted me to do in the business and really just serving the people and the outcomes that were supposed to come through the business. And so I want to talk a little bit about that in regards to our weight loss goals. And I want to give you a strategy that you can use. And of course, I just said strategy. It's not really a strategy, but it's a different way to look at our weight loss goals. And so I want you to forget about the old mindset of writing out goals, writing out steps to achieve that goal, whether your goal is to lose a certain amount of pounds or is to reach a certain size. I want you to throw that out for a minute and kind of hear me out with this and see if this might be something that you want to implement with your weight loss journey. It's going to be, I believe, a lot less stressful. You're not going to beat yourself up so much about not hitting goals when you do it this way. And it's really going to give you more freedom in your weight loss journey than the old ways that we would make goals. So this particular strategy, I would say it's for those of us that want to lose 50 pounds or more. Obviously, if you want to lose less than 50 pounds, this would still work for you. But I know if you're at that point where maybe you need to lose like that last 5 pounds or so, there's like little tweaks that we can make in your nutrition or your exercise plan to help you to lose that last 5 pounds. So that's why I'm saying in particular for those of us that have 50 pounds or more to lose, or if you have so much weight that you've gained that you just don't feel like yourself anymore, then this is going to be a great strategy for you to be able to lose the weight that you want to lose without like the stress of goal setting and things. So essentially, you're going to be able to do this and not have to worry about meal plans or diets or exercise plans, and you're still going to be able to lose the weight. And like I said, you don't have to sit down, write out your weight loss goal, your size goal, and then write out the steps that you're going to do to reach the goal in order for you to do this. So what am I talking about? Okay, so you're going to create a vision of who you want to become. Not what you want to achieve, who you want to become. Who is the person that you want to become at the end of all this? So once you reach your weight loss goal. So we're not going to focus so much on how much weight you want to lose, or like I said, the size that you want to be. We're focusing on the person that you want to become. So who is the person that you want to transform into? So that's why my community is Transformation Tribe, because I want you to fully transform into a new being, into a new person. So we're not just becoming improved versions of who we already are. We're basically transforming into new beings. We're becoming new beings. Yes, we're still humans, but we are basically transforming, right? That's why the symbol is the butterfly, because it's going from that caterpillar to the butterfly. It's totally transforming into a new thing. And so that's what we're doing inside of Transformation Tribe. And by the way, if you have over 50 pounds to lose, or if you have, somewhere close to that, everyone's welcome. But just the strategies that I do tend to focus on those of us that have more weight to lose. But feel free to join us inside of Transformation Tribe. It's completely free. You can go to malaikaburley.com/network and join us in there. I would love to have you, love to support you and encourage you on your weight loss journey. So who is this person that you want to become? That's what we're going to focus on. And this person is probably not going to be anything like the old version of you. And that's how you're going to have this lasting weight loss, because it's not that you're doing things, you are becoming these things. You're becoming someone new. The new habits, the new lifestyle, that is going to form the new you. And it's just going to be a natural part of who you are. And like in the new year, we'll say like new year, new me. And really what we're doing is just, it's the same old me, just trying to achieve more. We're not really becoming a whole new person. We're just kind of leveling up. We're not transforming. So focusing on your weight loss journey in this way is going to help you transform and become the person that you need to be. And like I said, it's going to make it a lot simpler and a lot less stressful, because you're not beating yourself up about not hitting particular goals, because you're just transforming and becoming that person. So when you're doing this, and I'm going to give you some actual steps, but you don't want to ask or worry about how is this going to happen. You just want to create the vision and let it happen and just become that person. When you start asking how it's going to happen, that's going to start like putting up roadblocks in your mind, and you're going to kind of stop the process of you becoming that person. So you just want to create the vision and know that you're becoming and transforming into that person and allowing it to happen. And what's really neat about this, like I kind of mentioned, is that when you're transforming or you're becoming this person, it's just who you are. It's just going to be who you are. It's going to happen automatically. The habits and the routines are just going to be habits and routines of that person that you become. So that's why you won't have to worry so much about being consistent or disciplined, because those things that you want to do will just be a part of who you are. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to sit down sometime this week, grab your journal, and put on some instrumental music. And you want to use instrumental music because if you're like me and you use music with words, chances are you're going to start singing the songs instead of focusing on what you're doing. So try to find some really soft instrumental music, or maybe some classical music that you can just kind of play while you are journaling and doing this activity. All right. So sit down sometime this week. This is your homework, by the way. Sit down sometime this week, grab your journal, and put on some instrumental music. And then close your eyes and start envisioning the person that you want to become. So once you've hit your weight loss goal, who do you want to become? So obviously you're probably going to be less weight than you currently are because you have a weight loss goal. So envision yourself at that smaller size. And then more than that, I want you to think about, what are you actually doing? What is this person doing on a day-to-day basis? What does their life look like in general? Like, do they have more energy? Do you see yourself going out more places, having more friendships? Like, who is this person that you are trying to become? Okay, so really sit down and envision that person, whether it's a year from now, 2 years from now, however long it takes to get to the end of your weight loss journey. Who is this person you're trying to become, and what does their life look like? Okay, and then I want you to write out some actions that this new version of you just does regularly. So maybe this new version of you is a walker. Maybe this new version of you is a runner. Maybe this new version of you cooks healthy meals. So whatever that is for you, write down the actions that this new version of you does regularly. And when you write them down, I want you to write them as I am statements. So I am a walker. I cook healthy meals. I am a runner. Like whatever those things are for you that you see yourself doing and becoming, write those down as I statements. So I am whatever that thing is, whatever those things are. So write out those actions that you see that new version of you doing on a regular basis. And then the third thing, this is really key, is that you need to read it daily and remind yourself of who you are becoming. So that vision that you have for yourself, those actions that you've written out, you read those daily and remind yourself of who you are becoming. Because if you just write all this down and kind of tuck it away, then chances are that you will just go back to the old habits and routines that have gotten you where you are today. So you want to focus on the habits and the routines of the new person that you are becoming. And you're just going to say these to yourself daily. And in the beginning, you're going to hear your subconscious mind like, yeah, right, whatever. You are totally not this person, but just keep doing it anyway. And eventually you'll get to a point where that is going to shut up and you're going to start becoming that person. And if it's too much for you to sit down and read it every day, or if you know that you're probably not going to do that, then what I want you to do is just pick one thing from that list and say that to yourself daily. So if you just pick one thing, you don't necessarily have to read it because it's just one thing you can kind of remember, and say that to yourself daily. So maybe, for instance, if your thing is I'm a walker, so say that to yourself daily. And when you find yourself not wanting to get up and move your body or not wanting to exercise, then remind yourself, I'm a walker. And so eventually you will be a walker and you will become that thing. All right, so that's it. It's really simple, just like that. Envision the person that you want to become. What is that person doing? What actions are they taking that they're doing regularly that just define them as that person, which is that future you? And read it to yourself. Remind yourself of who you are becoming daily, and you will transform into that person. And by the way, if you want to post this in Transformation Tribe, I would love to see it. You can join the tribe for free and then post this in there and let us see who you are becoming so we can encourage you on becoming that person. And I know this sounds really crazy and frou-frou, but just give it a try. It will work, and you will have that long-lasting weight loss that you want to have, where you can lose the weight and keep it off, because it's not about what you're doing. It's about the person that you're becoming. All right. Have an amazing day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you got any value out of this or something just really resonated with you, can you do me a favor and leave a review? It helps others find the show so that it could help them too. Also, I'd love to connect with you on other platforms. I'm Malaika Burley on IG and YouTube. And go grab my free webinar, The 5 Keys to Simple, Successful, and Sustainable Weight Loss at malaikaburley.com. And of course, all of those links are in the show notes. Thanks again, and have a blessed day.